Hello there, welcome to this month's edition of Embrace the Lace, which is the Mimi G edition. So this video I am going to explain how I used this book by Mimi G and this lace from Hobby Lobby and how I made this dress. Hi, I'm Laura. And first, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much to my collaboration partners, Shalisa from So She Designs and Grace from So Lovely with Grace for, all of us collaborating and having some fun sewing some lace. I think this is my most ambitious lace project yet. I am very happy with how it turned out, and I look forward to sharing with you how exactly I put it together and how Mimi G's book works, and I would like to recommend the book. It was very easy and enjoyable. The book is the pattern, of course, and how the book works, and I kind of went into it a little bit, but there's several parts to this book. The first part is the base patterns, and then the second part is the hacks. And what you do, just a sec. What you do is you take the base pattern and you trace the pattern onto tracing paper, and then you draw the hacks onto your pattern, and you can make new and different garments. So the base pattern, sorry, I'm kind of freestyling today, so I hope it all turns out well. My base pattern, I believe, was just the basic fitted tee. So it was this pattern for this. You can have long sleeves, you can have short sleeves, you can have a V-neck, or you can have the scoop neck, U-neck. And I went for the U-neck. I'll get to that in a minute, but there's the front, back, sleeve, and neckband. That's all there is to the pattern. So then, to do this cute little dress, you turn back to the back of the book, and I made the dropped waist t-shirt dress. So this is what Mimi G's looked like, and actually it's very similar to mine. I did not make cuffs, obviously, but we'll get to there in a minute. So you take the front and the back and you slash and spread to make the fullness in the t-shirt. And then over here she helps you make a sleeve cuff modification, gives the directions in here how to make a cuff, which I did not do because I used the lace, the edge of the lace, as my cuff. And then over here is where she helps you design or draft the ruffle for your shirt dress. And then you just put it together. And so there's not a whole lot to sew. Obviously there's the shoulder seams, the shirt. If you put the cuffs on, you'd have to put on the cuffs. Then you do the side seams, then you put in the neckband, and then you put on the ruffle. That was it. That was all. It did take me a little bit longer though, because I had to, I've French seamed everything so that I would make sure that all of the edges were tucked in and put away, and then I zigzagged over the top of them. So it made it, it just made the seams a little thicker, but that's okay because it's on the seams. Doesn't look bad at all. I made a size extra large, and I can't tell you what sizing that is because when you start out with the basic tee and you make the extra large, there's a certain chest measurement and waist measurement, but obviously you slash and spread, so it just gets wider. You can see it's kind of fallen off my shoulders, and so I probably could have done a large, but I really, because of the type of dress it is, I am fine with it. I think it looks nice, personally. Okay, so before I show you the insides of the dress, I did want to just kind of show you what the pattern looks like once you get it slashed and spread. So, can you see that? Probably not. Over here, you know, you just tape the extra paper on after you slide it open. That's the dog. And I was going to say that the sizing runs from extra, extra small to, I think, 3XL. Let me just double check. Because I don't want to tell you the wrong. 2XL. So extra, extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, and 2 extra large. Okay. The insides, so let's talk about the U-neck. Grace might be talking about the U-neck too. I did not put the neckband on the way that you normally put a neckband on because I needed to encase all of the seam allowances. I did not want the seam allowance to be sticking out down below, you know, down below here where you could see it and it would look ugly. So I knew I needed to do something a little bit different. I thought about self-bias tape, and so I decided I'd give that a shot. Well, then I wasn't really sure about that. So what I did was I just kind of hybrided it and like a cross between a facing and some bias tape, but I think I ended up doing bias tape application for just a straight piece of fabric. So what I did was I didn't do any ironing or anything, because that's one thing I did learn. Don't iron stretch lace without a barrier of some sort. Maybe don't even iron stretch lace, because I did burn stretch lace to the bottom of my iron. However, so yeah, it had to happen. Sooner or later I'd do that. I am just so proud though. I did not do anything backwards first and then have to rip it out, because if I had to rip it out on this lace, I knew it would be just a tragedy. So I was super duper careful to make sure every time I would do a French seam that I'd start with the wrong sides together, and that's another reason why it took me so long. Back to the bias tape though. So I put the piece of fabric on the outside, right sides together. I sewed it on 1/4 of an inch. Then I folded it at the seam. How did I do that? Yeah, I folded it at the seam. No, I didn't. I just pressed it kind of up and over, and then so if here's the seam, I don't know, maybe it'd be easier to show you with the lace. So here's the lace, and so if I ironed it and it was here, like here was I don't know that it even matters, maybe you don't even care, but I just folded it here and then I wrapped it again so that it just formed a burrito around the seam, and then I just zigzag top stitched the whole thing. When I got done, I was like, it should be fine, because there wasn't a whole lot left. There was 1/4 of an inch, right? But I put it on and it was sticking up. And I don't know if Grace is going to mention in her video, but she had a problem with it sticking up as well. And so I thought, well, that is interesting, because she put hers on like you put a neckband on. I put mine on, and totally not the way you're supposed to, and it did it too. So it might be just something about the design, not the design. Mimi G, I did not mean that. I meant that because of the U, maybe, I really don't know. But all I did was just flip it under again, and then top stitch it again, and it's fine, as you can see in the picture that I'll show you. It worked just well, and it's low, just perfectly low. It might be my fault, because I did cut it out higher, And so maybe that was just too much fabric, so it made it gap a little bit at the front. So I am 100% sure it is not the book or the pattern. But if you do have a problem with the neckline, you know, I think decreasing that width of the neckband is helpful, because that's basically what I did here. Was when I folded it over, I just decreased the width of the neckline, I think. All right, anyway, it turned out fine. And you know, those things happen. I mean, it's just part of sewing. So I was very happy I could figure that out, and just, it was very easy to just make the correction because it was getting really late last night. I was stressing out, man. But anyway, all the rest of the seams, I just did a French seam, and it worked out really well. Okay, so we talked about the pattern, we talked about the fabric, we talked about the sizing. Let me think. Pros and cons. Pros, it was easy. I have another pattern now that I can make other things out of, you know, use other fabric. Other pros, I learned a lot using the stretch lace. So working with stretchy fabrics, cute dress, easy to sew. Yeah, I think that's it. Cons? There are no cons. I really like this book. I'm looking forward to making more things out of the book. There's so many options, and there's outerwear, there's t-shirts, there's woven shirts. There's a shirt, I think that Tomcat Stitchery, Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery, she and I want to make the same shirt. It's this one right there. It's an empire waist with a ruffle, and then sleeves, long sleeves. And the base pattern is, I think, just maybe just a shirt. I'm gonna cough. I've been sick. That's why I didn't have a video last week. Oh, here you go. This, you can see it better from the front. So I think that will be really cute. That's gonna be a winter project though. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we go. Next week's, like, I was going to do my pattern reviews for McCall's 8144 and New Look 6871, I think it was. And because Embrace the Lace came back on, I just shifted that video to next week. So if you were tuning in this week because you were like, I want to see that review, please consider, you know, sticking around another week and then watching next weekend's video, because that will be those pattern reviews. So thank you to the one new subscriber, whoever you are. Thank you, welcome. And to all you other wonderful people that have been sticking around and continue to watch and enjoy the things I am sharing with you. I just appreciate you so much. Big hearts. So anyway, have a good rest of your day. Oh, wait, that's not true. I mean, have a good rest of your day, but please go and see Shalisa and Grace's videos. We all chose the same shirt, so you could see it done in different ways. And I am so looking forward to seeing it. So as soon as I'm done here, well, tomorrow, because I'm recording this on Thursday, I'm going to be watching as soon as I possibly can. I am so excited. I will go put their links in the description box so that you can go run right over after you get done here and watch their videos. And thanks again, and we will just see you in the next video. Bye.